Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Nat from Nat's Numbers, also known as the Numerology chick over on Instagram. Listen, did you know that numerology not only can decode the meaning of repeating numbers and not only can decode your purpose, your gifts and talents, numerology can also decode the deeper meaning and the deeper spiritual reason behind certain phrases or words. And so in today's video, we're going to be talking about body image issues, the deeper spiritual reason that these issues show up and what to do about it. Did you know that body image issues are now a problem more than ever before? When I did research on the statistics, it blew my mind. In the US, by the time girls reach around 17 years old, 80% of them are struggling with body image issues. This isn't exclusive to women. Men surveyed in France at a university, 85% of them struggle with body image issues. This doesn't discriminate on age. If you think that eventually you'll grow out of it, I am sorry to say that if you don't do the spiritual work, you won't. In an Austrian study, 60% of elderly women surveyed are struggling with body image issues. So in this video, we're going to be talking about what body image issues are, what this phrase adds down to in numerology, and thus what its spiritual purpose is, and what to do so that you can finally step into your confident magnetism and become one of those people that is immune to this exhausting and life-sucking mindset. So if you were enjoying these Friday morning uploads and you want more, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps out a ton. So body image issues are a preoccupation or an overemphasis on our physical appearance and our physical body. And I find this fascinating because I'm a spiritual metaphysical coach and philosopher. And when people come to me, this is something that shows up a lot. It is something that distracts us, that pulls us off path, but it's also a powerful indicator of something. And we're going to get into that in a second. Now, I do want to say here that a preoccupation or an overemphasis on our physical body can be a dissatisfaction with our physical body, where you look in the mirror and you just are disappointed and you feel insecure and you don't feel worthy. It could be where you obsess about fitness and nutrition and exercise. It could be where if you look in the mirror and you see something that you don't like about your physical self, that it prevents you from reaching out and developing the relationships and the career prospects that you want. But this can also be where you have an overemphasis on your physical body in a positive way, like where you just constantly want to look good and you can't stand the thought of not looking good all the time, okay? And so if you go on Instagram, you see that there's tons of accounts, some of which I follow, of fitness inspiration. This can be expression actually of body image issues, an overemphasis on the physical body. Now, obviously, there are legitimate factors that contribute to body image issues in the world, like the news, social media, pop culture, but that's not my concern. What I'm going to be talking about are the deeper spiritual reasons that this occurs in our lives. And in particular, what I'm really curious about is why are there certain people that are immune to this dynamic? Because I've met them. I've met people who are attractive and magnetic and just there's something about them that is so radiant, and they do not think about their body. They don't have body image issues. It is not something that is on their mind. And so I believe I now know what their secret is. All right, so in numerology, when you add body image issues down until you get a single digit, it adds down to the master number 11. If you've been following me for a while, you probably have goosebumps because we've talked about the 11 before. I'll put a link in the description box to a video I did a couple weeks ago on the meaning of seeing 1111, so you can dive more into that. But for the sake of this video, I'll try to make it short and sweet. First of all, 11 adds down to 2. So body image issues show up in her lives because we are deeply desiring the number 2, connection, intimacy, and relationship. Could almost make me cry. So when we have body image issues, that is the deeper yearning and desire. That's something that our soul is feeling called to create in our lives, is intimacy, connection, even friendship, okay? But the way that we get there is through the 11. And whenever you see repeating ones, I want you to always remember this. Whenever you see repeating ones, the meaning is always the same. It's showing up as a message to honor our uniqueness, to honor the unique, one-of-a-kind and special way that we were designed by our Creator. Now you might say, oh, well, that means that I need to honor my unique physical genetics. And I think that that's a really good like first layer interpretation. If you come from a family lineage that is short or tall or thick or slender, yes, honor the way that you were designed. The more that you honor the way that you were designed, the more magnetic, the more attractive, the more radiant that you become. But in numerology, the 11 is talking about something even deeper. It's talking about honoring the fundamental way that you were designed energetically, okay? Honoring your needs, your desires, your preferences. Honoring, I'll say it this way, honoring the non-physical things about you. So I want you to think back to a time in your life when body image issues, body insecurity was at an all-time high. It could even be right now. Usually when this bubbles up to the surface and it kind of becomes uncontrollable, it's usually at a time in our lives when we are not honoring ourselves. We're not seeing and honoring our own value. We're not, following the beat of our own drummer. And instead, what we might be doing is conforming, allowing others to be our leaders, making ourselves wrong, making our needs and desires wrong. The one is this incredible number and symbol for thousands of years that has represented the unique, precious expression of your individuality. And so when you think about people that you may have met in your life who, regardless of their body composition, regardless of the symmetry of their face or their beauty standards, we're magnetic, we're beautiful, we're attractive, we're sexy. When you think about these people who didn't and don't have body image issues, and yet they still have this like energetic appeal, they all share something in common. They honor and they know their uniqueness. And I'm talking about the non-physical traits that they possess, okay? These confident, magnetic people are aligned with their purpose or their great work. They know who they are and they know what gifts they have, and they're not afraid of sharing them and expressing them with the world. They validate and meet their fundamental needs. And just as a side note, what I think is really interesting, you know how there's this standard that men age like a fine wine and women don't? Well, if you think about this interpretation of the 11, it actually makes sense. Bear with me here. Generally speaking, men are taught throughout their life to pave their own way and to like aggressively pursue their own path, their great work. And women, in general, stereotypically, we are asked to like sacrifice and meet the needs of family and of the kids. And so when women reach that later age, many women do not know who they are. They don't know their true sense of identity, and they struggle and grapple with this. And so metaphysically speaking, it's just based on this fundamental. The more that you honor the unique way that you were designed, your purpose, your gifts, your talents that you were born with, the more that you are going to be able to kick this exhausting mindset of insecurity to the curb, and the more that you're going to naturally be able to tap into and access a timeless magnetism and confidence, both physically and spiritually. Your physical body is going to get old, it's going to get wrinkly, it's not here for that long, but the energetic part of you transcends all of that. It comes through your skin, and that's what these confident people know. That is what people who don't have body image issues are tapped into. So the reason that I make a living as a numerologist is because it is so rare for people to have parents and guides and role models in their life who mirror the authenticity of who they are. Very few of us are lucky enough to grow up in environments where our parents kind of sat there and went like, this non-physical aspect of who you are, your kindness, your sensitivity, your passion, your practicality is so unique and special. And, very few of us got that kind of validation. Usually what happens instead is the people in our lives, it's not malicious, it's just human nature, project who they want us to be to make them comfortable. And so in doing so, we constantly diminish and stuff down who we really are. We diminish the natural magnetic things that make us timelessly beautiful, that make us timelessly attractive and happy. So in numerology, your life path number is your great work and your purpose. In numerology, your expression number is talking about the 3 fundamental gifts that you were given to be valuable and irresistible. In numerology, your heart's desire number is talking about your deep fundamental needs, and your personality number is talking about your attraction factor. These things can be game changers so that you can become one of those people that is immune to being hypnotized by this idea that you are your body. You're not. You're not. And the more that you can invest in these non-physical aspects of who you are, the more that your body is just going to radiate that confidence. So you don't have to pay me in a one-on-one session to dive into your confidence code. There's a link in the description box on every one of my videos to do some self-study and get a free numerology report. I encourage you, if you don't already know your life path number, your expression number, to dive in right away, okay? It can start to give you results tomorrow if you learn this about yourself and start to honor it. If you do want to dive into a one-on-one session, there's always a link in the description box to do that. So I would love to hear what you guys think about this interpretation of body image issues, and if it's something that you've suffered from, if you can think back on that time and go, whoa, that was a time in my life where I was conforming and I wasn't honoring my uniqueness. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments below, and if there are phrases or conditions that you want me to cover and interpret according to numerology, also leave those below. I would love to hear what you're curious about. Okay, bye guys.